You ready? Okay. All right, I call this hearing to order. As a reminder, if everybody could please silence your cell phones and either put them on silence or turn them off so as to not to disturb today's hearings. I believe I did that myself. My name is Monica Schmucker. I'm the appointed special magistrate to hear today's code enforcement proceedings as provided for in Chapter 2, Article 5 of the Fort Myers Beach Land Development Code and Florida Statutes, Chapter 162. Looking at the agenda, there are no minutes to approve today. So the next item we'll hear the cases on the agenda in the order in which they appear, unless we need to make any changes at this time. Do we need to make any changes? No. Okay, all right. These are quasi-judicial hearings, which means that they're similar to cases in court. However, the rules are less formal. Formal rules of evidence do not apply, but fundamental due process will apply and will govern these proceedings. I will listen to the facts and the evidence before me and apply them to the applicable law. In all cases, the town has the burden of proof and will present its case first. The respondent will then have the opportunity to speak, present evidence, and refute the town's allegations. All parties who are here to speak will have the opportunity to do so. At the conclusion of each case, or within 15 days, I will issue an order with findings of fact, conclusions of law, and affording the proper relief consistent with Florida law. At this time, I'd like to ask that anybody who is here to testify to please stand up and raise your right hand for the taking of the oath. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you are about to provide is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Okay, thank you. You may be seated. I have first section on the agenda. We have compliance cases, status updates, and we have FMB case number 2024-0786, which is 7864 Buccaneer Drive, Lyons, Henry. And is that right? Okay. We have the town here to present status.
Henry Lyons is presenting.
Okay, is someone here going to present clients?
No? It looks like this is a status update for Mr. Lyons, and my understanding from the evidence that I've reviewed is that Mr. Lyons has brought the property into compliance and has paid the $250 administrative fee. Is that correct?
Yes.
Does anybody here from the town wish to testify to that? No. Okay. I mean, based on the evidence that was submitted, I can issue an order of compliance, but I believe that that might have been done. I'm not sure. We can close it out once the $250 is paid. So, but if the town's not here to present on it, that's fine. I can issue an order of compliance if that hasn't been done. So we can move on to the next case, FMB case number 2024-1151. We have 207 Driftwood Lane, Praras Builders LLC. That's 3B. Is anybody here to present for that one? It's a status update? No? Yes?
It's a status update.
Okay. Does anybody know what's going on? Is the town here to present a status on that? Do we have a status on that?
We don't have anyone to
I
present.
don't think these first four, I don't believe anyone's here to present to them.
Okay. I'm not sure. I reviewed that evidence. I'm not sure if that one is in compliance or not. I don't know that one. We can skip B because I'll have to review the evidence. If the evidence shows that it's in compliance, I can issue an order of compliance. If not, I'll have to issue an order bringing them back here so that we can issue a fine. All right, but C is Christopher and Shannon Robertson, FMB case number 2024-0736, property address 4855 Dolphin Lane.
Yeah, that's all.
Is the town prepared to present on this one? No. Okay. All right, Mr. and Mrs. Robertson, would you like to come up?
Sure.
This is a status update. I issued an order asking you to come into compliance of the last meeting.
I met with lady right next door, Geraldine. So she gave me like the list of stuff still to be done. So the last thing I had to get done was the garage flood vents, which I just got in. They had to be FEMA approved, so I just got them in over the weekend. The other thing was the floodplain regulations. I got that recorded with the county. Got a receipt from that, so I guess that's being processed right now. That was the other part that still needed to be done on it. So now that I got the flood vents in this weekend, I can install those over the next couple days. And that should be everything on the list for this.
Okay. Is anybody here from the town to discuss that status? No?
Yeah, she let me know she wasn't going to be here today. Yeah, she sent me an email.
Who's that?
Terry Welch.
So I guess we'll have to, either they can report that it's done, or we'll set another status.
Well, all I gotta do is install vents and then I'll let Terry know that it's done.
Okay, well, I mean, I would have to see that the permit is complete in order to be able to.
Oh, yeah.
And otherwise, that would be fine.
Yeah.
If the town has nothing else to present on it, then I guess we're good for today.
Sounds good to me.
Okay?
All right, sounds good.
We'll keep, yes, we'll monitor it, and then the next hearing, we'll see.
It's not a problem.
But I will hope that the town will be here for that.
Yeah.
Confirm one way or another.
No worries.
All right.
All good?
Yeah, but for anybody here to, no? I think we're talking. On Robertson? No? Okay, all right.
All right, thank you.
We'll have to continue that.
This last one.
Yeah, it says that we're in the process of it, which the order said they had to come into substantial compliance and be working towards that, so I don't have any, yeah, I don't have an officer saying anything otherwise, so. And the last one on the status updates is case number 2024-0743, Scott Sullivan, property address 190 Bayview Ave. Do we have anyone from the town here to discuss the status on that? No? Is Mr. Sullivan here? No. Then we'll have to continue that. We'll have to continue that. No one's here for that one. Okay. 2025-0117, Gold Reef at Fort Myers Beach Condominium Association, 2610 Estero Boulevard.
We have an officer here.
All right. Just give me 1 second. You can proceed.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. My name is Tim Hoffman. I'm currently a code enforcement officer with the town of Fort Myers Beach, but I've worked for the town as of May 13th, 2024. I began my services for the town as a neighborhood community service ranger before becoming a code officer. I have been sworn in and will be providing testimony and documentation for case number 202501117. Documentation is attached to the agenda as exhibits, and we ask that all documents be accepted into evidence.
Okay, before I do that, let me see. There were some that were reviewed. And the ones that were attached to the agenda, those will be admitted.
Okay.
I don't know if you have any additional ones, but yes, the ones that are attached will be admitted. You can proceed.
Okay, thank you. The subject property is located at 2610 Estero Boulevard, was listed for hearing. A correction has to be brought into record today reflecting 5577 Estero Boulevard, Fort Myers Beach, Florida, 33931 as the correct address of the property. Exhibit A contains the notice of hearing sent on July 22nd, 2025, affidavit of notice and posting, copy of certified mail receipt, and photos of hearing posted on July 22nd, 2025 on site and at Town Hall. The documentation that the respondents Gulf Breeze at Fort Myers Beach own the real property at the is the subject of this court enforcement case. Including Exhibit A is a copy of the Lee County Property Appraiser and Sunbiz, which is public record. These records demonstrate that notice was provided to the property owner. Please accept this into the record. Exhibit B contains a notice of violation sent on February 10th, 2025. On February 5th, 2025, Code Enforcement Officer Tim Hoffman observed Gulf Breeze at Fort Myers Beach in violation of the Town of Fort Myers Beach Code of Ordinance 6-1, Section 303.1, Chapter 6-1, Section 303.2, and Section 34-1176C1. For the pool on property not being properly secured with required fencing and containing stagnant water and debris causing a safety concern to the general public. True, accurate, and unaltered copies of pictures taken on the date of the first site inspection. The notice of violation was sent certified mail on February 10th, 2025. Affidavit of notice of violation and posting, copy of certified mail receipt, and photos of the notice of violation posting on site on February 10th, 2025, and in the Town Hall book. Please accept this into record. Exhibit C contains an affidavit of compliance and photos. I performed a reinspection of the subject property on August 9th, 2025, and the subject property was in compliance of Town of Fort Myers Beach ordinance. In preparation for the affidavit of compliance, photos from my reinspection on August 9th, 2025 showing the property is in compliance.
Could you repeat that? Did you say it was or it was not?
The property is in compliance.
Okay.
The town would like to ask for a finding to impose an administrative fee of $250 to cover the cost of bringing this matter before the special magistrate. Please accept this in a record.
Okay. Is there a respondent here to this one? No? Okay. So, there is an affidavit of non-compliance, but you're saying that you've re-inspected it and that there is now, they've been brought into compliance?
Yes, ma'am. I re-inspected on Saturday the 9th.
On the 9th, okay. So you're requesting just the administrative fee of $250, but no fine be imposed, is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
That'll be fine. I'll enter an order of compliance on this one with a finding that it had been in violation, but that it was brought into compliance, and an administrative fee, but no fine will be imposed.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Give me 1 second, please, before no, you could. Okay, I have next case is FMB 2025-0540, property owner Yeah, LLC, property address, sorry, is this 1901? Is this where, yes, 1901 Estero Boulevard. Okay, we can proceed.
All right, thank you. Good afternoon, Your Honor. My name is Tim Hoffman. I'm a code enforcement officer with the Town of Fort Myers Beach, but I've worked for the town as of May 13th, 2024. I began my services for the town as a neighborhood community service ranger before becoming a court officer. I have been sworn in and will be providing testimony and documentation for case number 2025-0540. The documentation is attached to the agenda as exhibits, and we ask that all documents be accepted into evidence.
I've gone through exhibits A through D that are attached to the agenda, and those will be admitted as exhibits.
The subject property is located at 1901 Estero Boulevard, Fort Myers Beach, Florida 33931. Exhibit A contains the notice of hearing sent on July 22nd, 2025, affidavit of notice and posting, copy of certified mail receipt, green card, and photos of hearing posted on July 22nd, 2025 on site. Respondents Yee LLC own the real property that is the subject of this code enforcement case. Included in Exhibit A is a copy of the Lee County Property Appraiser, a copy of the special warranty deed found in the Lee County Public Records. These records demonstrate the notice was provided to the proper owner. Please accept these into the record. Exhibit B contains a notice of violation sent on 5/21/25. On May 21st, 2025, Code Enforcement Officer Tim Hoffman observed Yee LLC in violation of the Town of Fort Myers Beach Code Ordinance Section 110.1, specifically for the keeping or maintaining of a dwelling in disrepair and unsafe condition. True, accurate, and unaltered copies of the pictures taken on the date of first inspection, May 21st, 2025. The notice of violation was sent certified mail on May 21st, 2025. Affidavit of notice of violation and posting, copy of certified mail receipt, and photos of the notice of violation posting on site on May 21st, 2025. Please accept this into record.
Accepted.
Exhibit C contains an affidavit of noncompliance and photos. I performed a reinspection of the subject property on June 18th, 2025, and the subject property was still in violation of the Town of Fort Myers Beach Ordinance. In preparation for the affidavit of noncompliance, I performed a reinspection of the property on August 9th, 2025, and the violations continue. I would also like to add, a meeting was held at Town Hall on June 4th, 2025, with the Magistrate Coordinator Tracy Rasky, Officer T. Hoffman, and James Inc., Project Manager for the property, regarding the current violations, and an explanation was given to James Inc. regarding the need to apply for permits and secure the property until further improvements could be made. Mr. Inc. stated he would begin the permit process and send to Tracy Rasky, Magistrate Coordinator, and would also advise Yee LLC of this agreement. After several follow-up calls by Tracy Rasky, Magistrate Coordinator, to make contact with Mr. Inc. to receive an update on the permit process, to the best of my knowledge, all attempts were unsuccessful to this date. The property is located on the north side of the island, which is heavily populated throughout the week by the general public, creating urgency when it comes to bringing this property into compliance to abate the safety concerns to the general public. Exhibit D contains the Town of Fort Myers Beach Code sections and violations, Section 110.1, for the keeping or maintaining of a dwelling in disrepair and unsafe condition. Please accept this in a record.
Accepted.
Yee LLC was given 30 days to come into compliance with the Town of Fort Myers Beach Ordinance, which was on or before June 21st, 2025. Exhibit E, final affidavit of noncompliance and site inspection was completed again on August 9th, 2025, and the subject property was still in violation. Please accept this into record, this affidavit of noncompliance and photos of the inspection.
Do you have a copy of it?
Exhibit E.
Do we have a respondent?
Yes.
Okay. Could you make sure that he's got a copy of it first?
She's got it. She's got it.
Do you want to sit here?
Sure.
I believe she's getting.
We should have four.
What's your name, sir? What's your name, sir?
James Inc.
Did you say?
James Inc.
Inc?
INK.
Okay, I'm gonna give you the opportunity to just look at it first.
Is this in the
Yeah, if you can just review.
published packet?
No.
No.
Oh, okay.
Do you have any objection to it? Does it appear to be what it is?
I mean, what he stated is.
I'm sorry, I don't mean substantively, I just mean the document itself. Do you have any
Yeah.
objection to it being admitted to the record?
Sure.
I'll give you an opportunity to respond to it.
Okay.
Okay. All right, you may proceed, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Oh, I'm sorry, did you ask for it to be admitted?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. It can be admitted. Thank you. Go ahead. You may proceed.
As a result of the subject property's owner's failure to bring the subject property into full compliance with Town Code Section 110.1, keeping or maintaining of a structure in disrepair and unsafe conditions causing a safety concern to the general public, and based on my sworn testimony and evidence that has been presented to you, including the exhibits within the agenda packet, on behalf of the Town of Fort Myers Beach, I ask that an order be issued. The town would like to ask for a finding of violation and to impose an administrative fee of $250 to cover the cost of bringing this matter to before special magistrate. Considering all attempts to assist the property owner to come into compliance and the time that has already been extended to come into compliance, the town would like to ask for a $250 a day fine be imposed until the violations are abated.
Is that?
That's
it?
that's
Okay.
it.
All right.
My turn?
Response? Yes, sir.
And the only mic is over here, so just
Oh,
speak
so-
up.
Well, I don't think that'll be a
Do
problem.
you want to maybe switch?
Sure.
Oh, I can come up there.
Sure.
For the record, James Inc. of Inc. Engineering. I am an authorized representative to deal with town matters for 1901 Estero, which has included up to date. We've been through the variance process and we are now getting close to finishing the development order, which will let us start construction. The property that we've had, the town has been very diligent at trying to tear it down, totally. And we've worked at it. They did everything the compliance officer stated about me meeting with them in June, and everything was fine. I am the representative for the owner, but not the owner. The owner can't be here today because he is out of town, or he would have been. What is transcribed is the owner went in and secured part of the building. They did the front windows, they did the front doors. As you can see from the pictures, they sealed it all up, but the problem was being in the back, there was a frame section and some stairs that were not secure. The owner went out and acquired a contractor to take care of that. The contractor did not perform. I was asked to get involved at about 11 o'clock this morning. I have contracted my contractor who'll be out there in the next 2 weeks. And basically what we're asking for is to not impose any fines for 30 days. And then after that, if we don't perform, that'll be fine.
Okay, do you have any questions for him?
No, Your Honor.
Okay.
May I ask a question?
Sure.
When we met last time, the big concern was, securing the back end of the property.
Correct.
Because it's missing completely, and it's heavily populated, and there's various entries, point of entries to that property, which could obviously lead to a public safety concern.
Correct.
So do you have a time frame as to when it's going to be secured?
My contractor says he can be on site next week, and it'll take him about a week to 2 weeks. So we're going to remove all that frame section in the back. The thing about the building itself is underneath of it is a concrete structure that was built to dry-proof standards, and we're keeping that. So we're going to just remove the back part. And then we're going to secure the stairs like we talked about with a 4-foot orange construction fence, and then we'll secure the upper door with plywood.
Is that it, or do you have any other questions?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. Are you saying that you're not going to demolish the building? You're only
Nope.
going to clear part of it, and then the other part?
We're going to secure it to deal with this code violation.
Right, but I mean, in your plans?
In the plans, which we've been to the LPA and we're currently almost through with the development order, is the building itself gets stripped down to the concrete, and then we build around it. It's my firm and Studio AD, Albert, that did the beach bar and a bunch of other things. He's the architect that's working on the drawings right now, so that we can do it. The owner is highly incentivized to build it back. I mean, the pictures have been out there of what the building will look like to fix that building and then add back on the single-story section that was lost in the storm.
Mr. Hoffman, do you have information as to what it is that they need to do if it's not demolish the building to bring it into compliance, other than obviously build a building, but if it's in the process of construction, what it is that needs to be done in order to secure it so that it's brought into compliance?
Yes, Your Honor. We did recommend, in this case was an officer of At's hand before mine, and she's no longer with the town. But from the onset, we suggested that they secure the property as to not allow the public access to it. Whether that be a temporary fencing around the property to contain access into the property, because where my concern lies is with the general public and someone walking into that building, as it is not structurally safe.
Right, understood. Okay. What kind of a timeline are you looking at? You said like a week or so?
Well, that's what I was saying. Talked to the contractor this morning that's going to do the work. Can't get there this week. He can get there next week. And then it's about a 2-week process. So I added a week for rain, delays, whatever, when I said 30 days.
Right. Yeah. Do we have the next hearing on?
September 3rd or something. September 2nd. Today's, oh, 3rd. September 3rd.
Alright, so what I'll do is I'll issue an order finding a violation. I will not impose a fine. I will have you, since it's the first order, anyway, I'll give you 30 days to bring the property into compliance. If it's not in compliance, the next hearing is less than 30 days, but we can set it as a status at that point to see if, because at that point you're gonna have begun that process. And at that point, fine will start to accrue because it is a public safety hazard. So we would like to get it taken care of ASAP.
Do not contest that at all.
Okay. What happens if it's not brought into compliance? You will be accruing, because it's a public safety hazard, your fine will begin at that time. And the town can act to do whatever it needs to do to make it safe at that point. So that will be at the next hearing. We'll discuss that, the status of the compliance and what the next steps would be otherwise.
That's
Okay?
fine. Yeah.
So I will issue an order with, you have 30 days to bring it into compliance.
Thank you.
Okay. I will have a finding of a violation, and nothing will be imposed at that time. We'll take care of at the status conference any administrative fees. Okay?
Thank you.
Thank you. This one will need to come up the next one and make sure someone from the town is here so that they can give us a status so that we can make sure that that's taken care of.
September 3rd.
That'll be me, Your Honor.
Okay, perfect. Okay, thank you. All right. So, sorry. We are at C. Okay, FMV case 2024-0736, property owner Christopher, no, I'm sorry, wrong one. I'm in the wrong one. Start over. C, FMB case 2024-1183, property owner Kata Dan 4 LLC, address 5530 Palmetto Street. Do we have a respondent for this one? No. Okay.
Good morning, Your Honor. My name is Tim Hoffman. I'm currently a code enforcement officer with the town of Fort Myers Beach, but I've worked for the town as of May 13th, 2024. I began my service for the town as a neighborhood community service ranger before becoming a code officer. I have been sworn in and will be providing testimony and documentation for case number 2024-1183. The documentation is attached to the agenda as exhibits, and we ask that all documents be accepted into evidence.
All of the documents that are attached to the agenda are admitted as evidence.
Thank you. The subject property is located at 5530 Palmetto Street, Fort Myers Beach, Florida 33931. Exhibit A contains the notice of hearing sent on July 22nd, 2025, affidavit of notice and posting, copy of certified mail receipt, green card, and photos of hearing posted on July 24th, 2025 on site and at Town Hall. The documentation that the respondents, Kata Dan 4th LLC, own the real property that is subject of this code enforcement case, including Exhibit A, is a copy of the Lee County Property Appraiser. These records demonstrate that the notice was provided to the property owner. Please accept this into record.
Accepted.
Okay. Exhibit B contains a notice of violation sent on December 10th, 2024. On December 9th, 2024, Code Enforcement Officer Tim Hoffman observed Kata Dan 4 LLC in violation of the Town of Fort Myers Beach Code Ordinances, Section 110.1 and Section 6-2 for the property in disrepair and or unsafe conditions and the overgrowth of plants, weeds, and or grass in excess of 12 inches in height. True, accurate, and altered copies of the pictures taken on the date of the first site inspection, December 9th, 2024. The notice of violation was sent certified mail on December 10th, 2024. Affidavit of notice of violation and posting, copy of certified mail receipt, and photos of the notice of violation posted on site on December 10th, 2024. And in the town hall book. Please accept this into record.
Accepted.
Exhibit C contains an affidavit of non-compliance and photos. I performed a re-inspection of the property on July 9th, 2025, and the subject property was still in violation of the Town of Fort Myers Beach ordinance. In preparation for the affidavit of non-compliance, I performed a re-inspection of the property on August 9th, 2025. Re-inspection revealed that the property is still in violation. Affidavit of non-compliance, I have Lee County Property Appraiser. Please accept this into record.
Can you see it? Oh.
Thank you.
Again, we don't have a respondent for this one? Present? No. Okay. Okay, this will be admitted. We can proceed.
Exhibit D contains the Town of Fort Myers Beach Code sections in violation, Section 110.1 and Section 6-2 for the property in disrepair and or unsafe condition and the overgrowth of plants, weeds, and or grass in excess of 12 inches in height. Please accept this into the record.
Please accept it, and just to note, this new affidavit will be E. Exhibit E. Okay. He is admitted as well.
Takeda Dan 4 LLC were given 30 days to come into compliance with the Town of Fort Myers Beach ordinance, which was on or before January 9th, 2025. Exhibit E, final affidavit of non-compliance. A site inspection was completed again on August 9th, 2025, as the subject property was still in violation. However, the property owner did bring one of the violations into compliance, the lesser of the two when it comes to public safety concerns. In specific, violation section 6-2, amendments weeds for the trimming and or mowing of all plants, weeds, and or grass to under 12 inches in height. Violation section 110.1, property in disrepair and or unsafe conditions is still in violation. Please accept this into the record, this affidavit of non-compliance, photos of the inspection.
Is that E?
Yes.
That's it.
Accepted.
As a result of the subject property owner's failure to bring the subject property into full compliance with the Town Code Section 110.1, my apologies, property in disrepair and or unsafe conditions, and based on my sworn testimony and evidence that has been presented to you, including the exhibits within the agenda packet, on behalf of the Town of Fort Myers Beach, I ask that an order be issued. The town would like to ask for a finding of violation and to impose an administrative fee of $250 to cover the cost of bringing this matter before the magistrate. Despite the property owner bringing violation section 6-2 amendment weeds into compliance, the more serious violation relating to the general public safety, section 110.1, still remains in violation for the property in disrepair and or unsafe conditions. Therefore, the town would like to ask for a $250 a day fine be imposed until the violations are abated. Thank you, Your Honor.
You said that, has the town had communication with the respondent?
I personally have not, Your Honor.
Alright, they are not here to respond, so what I do is I'll issue an order finding them in violation. I will have them bring the property into compliance. Hang on one second, let me look at my calendar. I'll give them 2 weeks from today, so the 25th, it must be brought into compliance. They will have to notify the town if it's brought into compliance, and I want it back on the agenda for the 3rd. And at that time, if it's not been brought into compliance, we will impose a fine.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. And then, oh, and for that one, we'll address the administrative fee that way. Because that way the order, if there's a fine, either way, it will either be an order of compliance with administrative fee, or if there's a fine, they'll be together. So, and the fine would begin to accrue as of the end of the 2 weeks, so even if it's brought into compliance, there can still be a fine. And I'll issue that order. So the next one, we got D. Okay, so case number 2025-0312, property owner Courtney S. Mark and Deborah S.T.R. for Mark and Deborah Courtney Trust. Property address 831 Estero Boulevard. Do we have a respondent for this one? Okay. Proceed.
Good morning, Your Honor. My name is Marcel Chavez. I have been a court compliance officer for the town of Fort Myers Beach for a year and 6 years prior with another jurisdiction. I have been sworn in and I will be providing testimony and documentation for case 2025-0312. The documentation is attached to the agenda as exhibits, and we ask that all documents be accepted as evidence. The subject property is located at 831 Estero Boulevard, Fort Myers Beach, Florida 33931. Exhibit A contains the notice of hearing sent on July 24, 2025, affidavit of notice and posting, proof of certified and regular mail, and photos of the NOH, notice of hearing posted on site inside Town Hall and in the Town Hall book on July 24, 2025. The documentation that the respondent, Courtney S. Mark and Deborah STR for Mark and Deborah Courtney Trust, owns the real property that is the subject of the code enforcement case. Included in Exhibit A is a copy of the Lee County property appraiser that demonstrates the notice was provided to the property owner. An affidavit of non-compliance with photos completed by employee Officer Chavez. True and all altered copies have been marked as Exhibit A and accepted into the record.
Exhibit A will be admitted. I did review it online, so Exhibit A will be admitted. You may proceed.
On April 3rd, 2025, Code Officer Marshall Chavez observed Courtney S. Mark and Deborah STR for Mark and Deborah Courtney Trust in violation of the Town of Fort Myers Beach Code Ordinances, Chapter 6-1, Section 303.1. Swimming pools shall be maintained in a clean and sanitary condition and in good repair. And Section 34-1176, C1, in-ground swimming pool. True, accurate, and altered copies of photos taken on date of the first inspection. On April 3rd, 2024, the notice of violation and photos sent certified mail to the property owner and first-class mail. The NOV was posted on site on April 3rd in the Town Hall book and inside Town Hall on April 3rd, 2024. An affidavit of posting. All have been marked as Exhibit B.
You wish to admit those?
I'm sorry, yes, Your Honor, thank you.
I reviewed Exhibit B with the agenda online, and it could be admitted. Thank you.
Officer Chavez performed a re-inspection on April 29, 2025, and the subject property was still in violation of the Town of Fort Myers Beach ordinances. An affidavit of non-compliance and photos of the inspection are marked as Exhibit C and accepted into the record.
Would you like to admit Exhibit C?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, Your Honor, sorry.
All right. I did review Exhibit C, and it will be admitted. Thank you.
A copy of Section 34-1176, C1, and Chapter 6-1, Section 303.1 have been accepted as Exhibit D.
I'm sorry? D?
Exhibit D, yes.
Okay. So are you requesting that it be admitted?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, Your
I
Honor.
reviewed Exhibit D along with the agenda, and it is admitted. Thank you.
Courtney S. Mark and Deborah S.T.R. Trust for Mark and Deborah Courtney Trust were given 15 days to bring violations into compliance with the Town of Fort Myers Beach ordinance, which was on or before April 18, 2025. A site inspection was completed again on August 5, 2025, and the subject property is in compliance. An affidavit of compliance and photos of the inspection, accurate and altered photos of the inspection affidavit of compliance, has been marked as Exhibit E and accepted into the record.
Could I see it, please? Exhibit E? Okay, you can proceed.
Okay. As a result of the subject property owner ability to bring subject property into full compliance with the Town Code, Chapter 6-1, Section 303.1, swimming pools shall be maintained in a clean and sanitary condition and in good repair, and Section 34-1176C1, in-ground swimming pools. Based on my sworn testimony and evidence that has been presented to you, including the exhibits within the agenda packet, the Town of Fort Myers Beach would like to ask for an order of compliance to be issued. The town would like to impose an administration fee of $250 to cover the cost of bringing this matter before magistration. Magistrate, thank you.
So I have, for Exhibit E, I just have the affidavit. These are the other photographs taken in April. Are they supposed to have another? I think I got the wrong thing because this has D attached to it. You want to see, it's D.
Do you see what?
Yes.
This is exhibit E. The affidavit is near the photos on it. And I could accept E. E is the affidavit, but I don't want any photos of that. Do you want this back then? This is attached. I mean, these are the photos attached to the exhibit C, and then this is exhibit B.
That I don't have them at the moment, Your Honor. Yeah, it was
Okay.
my mistake, yes.
Okay, that's fine. Well, all right. So, okay, sorry.
Oh, yes,
Okay.
if any other questions.
So, you said that you did inspect and they've been brought into compliance?
Yes, ma'am.
What does that entail?
They,
Like a fence around it?
yeah, they put a fence around the pool and they clean the pool inside. There's no longer stagnant water on the pool.
Okay. And you're asking for a finding of violation? Did you say administrative fee and no fine to be imposed?
Yes.
I'll issue an order that's, that has a finding that they were in violation, that has been brought into compliance, administrative fee of $250 and no fine to be imposed. Okay.
Are you gonna take the affidavit as exhibit E?
Yes, I'm gonna take the affidavit as exhibit E, but I don't think.
No photos.
I don't think it's necessary. This is a repeat of the others unless.
Just the affidavit.
Unless do you want me to accept all of these attachments, or do you want to take this back for E? Do you want to look at them? Because I don't think that I need that attached to this, but I'm more than happy to accept them in the record.
Yes, something to eat, but
I'm sorry?
I would like to provide the actual pictures, but it's just, you could,
Do you have the actual pictures with you?
no, not at the
Okay.
moment.
So that's what I'm saying. Do you want me to attach that to this as part of your exhibit E?
Yes.
Okay.
Sorry.
Yes.
Your Honor,
Sure.
we're gonna print the pictures right now. I'll have them for you in a minute.
Okay, no problem. Okay.
Okay. Sorry about that.
Right, no, okay.
Just an affidavit so far.
Okay, so exhibit E is an affidavit. Before we can always, we could go back to this one, we can move on. Because everything else I think is just separate, so. I'll accept right now affidavit for exhibit E, it's just these 2 pages, and then we'll wait to close out the evidence on that for when they come back for the proper photographs, okay? But I did ask you what it was, so. I think
Yes.
we've got that,
Okay.
So we're good. And then in the meantime, we can move on to case E, right?
Okay.
So, FMB case number 2025-0344. Oh, do you have it with you? Oh, never mind. Photos?
This, I apologize for not calling, but I think you demonstrated.
No, that's okay, yes, this works. Okay, so I have 3 photographs. Let me give this to you. Here you go. Do you want this for the record? That's E. There you go. Yes.
That's it. That's the complete.
That's the completing. And you have a copy of the other ones, right? You don't-
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so FMB case number 2025-0344. Property owner Little Conga LLC, property address 5531 Estero Boulevard. You got it, Joe? You
got
just
it.
sorted out?
Yes.
Okay.
It's sorted out. We're ready for you.
She thought we need more copies, so.
Okay.
You don't want a copy?
I don't,
Okay.
need it, we'll.
We have it in case you.
Okay. All right, good, perfect. We will proceed now. You go ahead.
Thank you. Good morning, Your Honor. My name is Marcel Chavez. I have been a code compliance officer for the town of Fort Myers Beach for a year and 6 years prior with another jurisdiction. I have been sworn in and I will be providing testimony and documentation for case 2025-0344. That documentation is attached to the agenda as exhibits, and we ask that all documents be accepted as evidence.
Okay, I have reviewed exhibits A through D that were attached to the agenda online, and they may be admitted.
The subject property is located at 5531 Estero Boulevard, Fort Myers Beach, Florida 33931.
Sorry, before, let me interrupt you. Do we have a respondent currently here for this one? No, okay, proceed.
Exhibit A contains a notice of hearing set on July 22nd, 2025. Affidavit of notice of hearing and posting, proof of certified and regular mail, and photos of the notice of hearing posted on site, inside Town Hall and in Town Hall book on July 22nd, 2025. The documentation that the respondent, Little Conga LLC, owns the real property that is the subject of this code enforcement case. Included in Exhibit A is a copy of the Lee County Property Appraiser that demonstrates that notice was provided to the property owner. An affidavit of noncompliance with photos completed by Officer Chavez. True and altered copies have been marked as Exhibit A and accepted into the record. On April 10, 2025, Court Officer Marcel Chavez observed Little Conga LLC in violation of the Town of Fort Myers Beach Code of Ordinances, Chapter 6-1, Section 303.1. Swimming pools shall be maintained in a clean and sanitary condition and in good repair, and Section 34-1176C1 in-ground swimming pool. True, accurate, and unaltered copies of photos taken on the date of the first inspection, April 10, 2024. The notice of violation and photos sent certified mail to the property owner and first-class mail. The NOV was posted on site on April 10 in the Town Hall book and inside Town Hall on April 10, 2024. An affidavit of posting, all have been marked as Exhibit B. Officer Chavez performed re-inspection on April 29, 2025, and the subject property was still in violation of the Town of Fort Myers Beach ordinances. An affidavit of noncompliance and photos of the inspection are marked as Exhibit C and accepted into the record. A copy of Section 34-1176C1 and Chapter 6-1, Section 303.1 have been accepted as D, Exhibit D. Give me a second, I'm sorry. Sorry. Little Conga LLC were given 10 days to bring the violation to compliance and with the Town of Fort Myers Beach ordinance, which was on and before April 20th, 2025. A site inspection was completed again on August 8th, 2025, and the subject property was still not in compliance. An affidavit of non-compliance and photos of the inspection, accurate and altered photos of the inspection and affidavit of non-compliance has been marked as Exhibit E and accepted into the record.
It's not, can I have a copy of it? Thank you. Okay, yeah, Exhibit E, is the affidavit of noncompliance, 8/8/25, with some photographs attached. So, yeah, will be accepted in the record. Thank you, Mr. Proceed.
As a result of the subject property owner ability to not bring subject property into full compliance with Town Code Chapter 6-1, Section 303.1, swimming pools shall be maintained in a clean and sanitary condition and in good repair, and Section 34-1176C1, in-ground swimming pool. Based on my sworn testimony and evidence that has been presented to you, including the exhibits within the agenda pack, the Town of Fort Myers Beach would like to ask that under Florida Statutes Chapter 162 and Town of Fort Myers Beach Land Development Code Section 2-427B, impose an administration fee of $250 to cover the cost of bringing this matter before the magistrate. Thank you.
So you would like a fine, a fee of $250
Yes, sir.
and a fine?
No. Yes, sorry.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, is that it?
That's all, yes.
Thank you. This is a safety or a safety hazard. I will issue an order showing that this is in violation. I will allow them, I mean, they're not here, so I'll issue an order giving them 2 weeks. At the end of 2 weeks, they will have to notify the town that it is brought into compliance. I'll put that into the order. If they do not, the fine will begin to accrue at that time. And then the next hearing will issue an order, one way or another, whether it's an order of compliance or documenting that the fine has been accrued. But the fine will begin to accrue at that time if it's not brought into compliance automatically. They will be ordered to notify the town so that, but at that time, if the town has to do something to fix it, then we'll issue that in that order as well. Okay? So that it is, we make sure that that gets taken care of. So I will want this on the agenda for the next hearing, and I will need somebody from the town to be here so that we can make sure that that gets taken care of for that, okay? Let me take a note of that, make sure I put that properly into the order. And 2 weeks would be the same date. Did you get that date?
August 25th. From today, you said.
Yes. So what did we say, August 20th? Okay.
25th.
I guess the admin fine will take care of at the next order as well, so. But either way, or the admin fee. I mean. All right, so did I cover everything on that? Do you have anything else on that one?
No. Your Honor.
For that one, right? Anything else to address? Okay. All right, so that's it. And then we don't have any other sections. Good. I do want to make sure that we get the Sullivan Raritan matter. I want the town here for that update because those fines would have already begun to accrue pursuant to the last order. So I need to make sure that we get that on an order because if it's not brought into substantial compliance, those fines would have already accrued. I'm pretty sure that that's what the order says.
Okay.
So
The officers here.
the officers need to be here so that we can enter the appropriate order. I think it had to have been done by the end of July, if I remember correctly. That was on there, so. That's it for these, then. That's it. Is there anything else? Anybody else that, no? All right.
We have questions, but I don't know if we're allowed to talk. Because we're not
Neighbors to-
respondents.
The neighbors to case, solve the case D on the compliance cases, the status updates.
Right.
They're Sullivan's neighbors.
And you have questions for Laura? Or?
Well, I'm not real sure what happened. Nobody from the city showed up. I know why he would show up, but I don't know why the city didn't show up, and I don't know what the resolution on this is now.
Right, well, that's what we're saying, there was already an order entered, so we'll have to have it back on here next September 3rd. But there's already an order entered on that one.
I don't know what that means.
They were already ordered to bring it into compliance.
Oh, a year ago, but it's just been going on and on and on. But we don't know. You can't tell me why the city didn't show up.
I don't have an answer for that, ma'am.
Okay, so it's just gonna be put back on the 4th for September the 3rd? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, but it doesn't change the order that was already entered.
You're still going to be upset the fine, right?
No, I mean, that's.
Yes, the order has already been entered. So the previous order from the last hearing is still in place.
You can speak with code staff after the
Yeah.
hearing here.
So,
Are you?
No, behind you.
Okay.
all right, so if there's,
Happy to. Thank you.
yes, thank you. Okay, then if there's nothing else, then we adjourn.